HarryRobinson.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook where you can check out their work.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
You're not going to get penalized for losing over there.
How do we feel about Chuck's word usage of the P word?
What are we talking about?
Penalized versus penalized.
Like when you play golf and you use the word penal. You don't say that's penalty. You guys have the most limited vocabulary of any group of morons I've ever been around. Seriously, you guys are idiots. I'm not saying anymore. You guys are idiots. I'm not going to be made fun of for using a normal word.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Well, I certainly hope you guys talked about me behind my back yesterday.
There he is. He's back.
Did you have nice things to say while I was gone?
Could not answer the bell. We ripped you for 3 hours.
That's good. That's good. I would expect nothing less.
It was just pathetic, actually.
It's what you would do for us, Chuck.
Well, I know. I would have ripped you open as well.
For someone who doesn't miss a game. There you were. Laid up in bed.
I was.
Licking your wounds.
I wasn't licking my wounds, but I was laid up in bed. I will admit that.
I want to know what time you woke up and considered coming in, because there was a moment. There's no way that you went to sleep at 3 a.m.
I didn't go to sleep at 3 a.m. I got home at 3 a.m. It's probably 3:30.
I knew you were going to say that. And so there's no way that you went to sleep at 3:30 a.m. and slept till 9. So I know there's a time in there, and we talked about this, and we wondered when it was. And I want to know when the time was where you rolled over, you looked at it, you read the text where I gave you the bailout, and you said, I'll take it.
Well, I never got as far as the bailout text, just to be honest with you. I got as far as reaching over to the phone and hitting the, not the snooze button, the off button. And
I'll do my best. I'll try my best.
It's probably not going to happen today.
Yeah, there's no reason it should have. We had a great time talking about it.
I was going to say, he probably...
it was like built-in show material.
I got a text late in the day yesterday. Are you sure you want to come back in tomorrow? Evidently things went fine.
It's kind of like the school system. Yeah. I don't know what took till 3 o'clock or whatever it was yesterday for them to make the call, but it's pretty clear you can't have school today. You got
no school today?
Well, no, most people don't have school. Like for public schools, it's my understanding, like they got to be able to hit the whole bus route.
That's
most
right.
of the bus route.
That's
if they can't hit the bus route, and I don't know about you, but if you've driven around town, they've done a great job with the main roads. I don't know exactly, about where you live. I'm guessing it's the same thing. But, if you're on a major highway, it's probably pretty clear. And if you're not, it's probably a little icy, a little dicey. But all is feeling a little bit more right with the world today as we're all back together. We're in here. You're here. And I feel a sense of normalcy that I haven't felt in quite some time.
I want to say this, and we do, we go through roads and
Good morning.
conditions. Good morning. Every time it snows, I was driving home from the airport, literally at 2:30 in the morning when we got back. There's guys out working on the roads. I mean, there's guys out shoveling snow with their trucks, obviously, off the roads. 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. They've been doing this all week. They've been going round the clock all week. And let me tell you something. It's cold out. I'm not breaking any news. It's cold out there.
Ski mask.
And so tip of the cap to all of them. And thanks to all of them because they have put in yeoman work. And you couldn't pay me $1 million to do it. I mean, you couldn't. And those guys are out there for a lot less than that. And so we appreciate that.
I had a thought yesterday. We don't have this weather enough to be really good at getting roads cleared and all that. But I think we do. Our department, highway department system and all the men and women that work in that and get the roads cleared and all. In all seriousness, they do a really good job for a state that doesn't have. We're not Wisconsin. This isn't the regular. It might happen once, twice, 3 times a year. And for them to, like yesterday, for 49 to just be dry as a bone on like day 2 is impressive. And that we don't think about this stuff. But, like the logistics chain that we live in, the supply chain that our world lives in, that stuff's important. And we're so spoiled, man. We just run around and expect things to just work for us. So I agree with you. Tip of the cap. By the way, as you were talking, it dawned on me. I said good morning. Man, can you imagine if we all lived together and we just walked into the living room at like 6 a.m. and just started talking each other's heads off? There's no good morning. I can't have my first cup of coffee.
Somebody would get shot. I mean, let's just be truthful there. Somebody wouldn't make it to 6 a.m.
That's a reality show right there. Stick the 4 of us in a house for 30 days. Who comes out alive?
Yeah, you find the right
Who's
sponsor.
the survivor?
Find the right sponsor.
Would there be backroom talking and drama and just BS like that?
It'd be like watching Big Brother.
Yeah.
It'd be like watching one of those shows.
Something like that.
There
I
would be backstabbing.
I haven't watched more than 3 minutes of a show like that, but I get the gist.
It'd be fun.
Do you think Bart
for like a half a day?
Who would win the starting stuff? Like you go over to Edward and you're talking about Bo. I really even like you that much, and then you get your alliances, and then who wins at the end of the day? Just cutting everybody else's throat, and they're left standing.
You do. I mean, it would be a rout.
Yeah.
Because I'd quit. I would quit 5 minutes into it. I'd say to heck with this.
It would be game over.
I'd be out.
Yeah.
Game over real quick.
I would leave it to the 3 of you.
Nobody has time for that. Hopefully, we've gone beyond having any time for that in our lives.
Well,
I mean, we don't even go get our hair cut anymore.
I don't.
So,
I don't have as much time left as you guys, so I'm not going to waste it doing that.
Conversation at the barber. Well, what we did talk about yesterday, and I said a lot of honestly, here's what happened. I said a lot of nice things about you. We gave you every pass in the book, and we let everybody know that when you came back, we were going to give you all kinds of hell.
Well, that's what I would expect.
But while you weren't here, I thought we were very good.
See, that's what true friends do. They give you guff to your face and then say nice things about you behind your back.
That's right.
That's what friends do.
That's
That's really nice, Chuck.
Now that you've said it, I guess we're friends.
Well,
I didn't.
Wow.
That's what guys do.
This is a big day.
Well, now let's not get carried away.
Oh, this is a big day.
Let's not get carried away. I'm merely pointing out that for guys, that's kind of how it works.
This is a big day.
What are we finding ourselves today?
Well, no, it's an announcement of our friendship.
Bo's on the road to self-discovery this morning. Is that what's going on?
You've essentially declared that we're friends, Chuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's a big day for you.
Yeah.
I didn't really declare
and us because you've come around.
Well, it's nice to be
I guess
here.
that's.
It's
I
great
guess
to be
what
with
it
you
is.
guys. I missed you, and
Well, that's probably not true.
nice to be back. Did that sound believable?
No.
Did it? No.
Bart is so loud on my headset. I can only imagine that it sounds distorted on the radio, and maybe it doesn't, but it keeps making me think like somebody's
sounds fine to
diving
me.
out of their car. By the way, when I'm driving right now, my vehicle sounds like there's something rattling.
Mine does too. I noticed that.
You know what it is? It's all the ice hanging off your vehicle.
It's ice on the wheels, I guess.
It took me 2 days to figure that out. How smart am I?
I figured it out just now as we were talking. Right before you said it, I thought, but it's the ice on the wheels.
Ask us anything. We'll give you an answer. We're a couple of smart guys.
That's right. We'll figure it out.
Will it be true? Who knows?
Alongside two
Ask
other
Chuck and Bo.
Situation Room guys. It's a 5-game season with 3 wins needed, Chuck.
That's right.
I
think
the
that's where it
only
is.
thing that people have to talk about.
I mean, it's look, it's been 26 games now, and but these are the 5 that down the stretch. I mean, these are going to determine a lot of things, like whether or not you're going to the tournament. You got back-to-back big games with Mizzou tomorrow night and Texas next Wednesday, and if you go 3-2 the rest of the way, I think you're in.
Hey, today, Dari Noka is going to join us in a couple of minutes, but I want to mention this. The first thing I did when I got in here today was make a donation to the Miracles and Magic Mediathon of the Arkansas Children's Northwest Hospital. Benefit for the Arkansas Children's Northwest Hospital. It's going on all day, starts at 7, but you can go onto their website and make a donation, or you can text ACNW to 51555 and make a donation, or archildrens.org/miracles. We've posted a link for the Chuck and Bo Show that you can just click on and donate directly to the Arkansas Children's Northwest Hospital. What a great cause. We're fortunate, in Central Arkansas and Little Rock, we've had this for years, and it's such a great thing for our state, unfortunately needed. And we have that in the northwest part of our state now, and today is their big fundraiser for expansion. And so if you want to contribute or participate in that, I know some of our partners are involved with this, and Weikert's been involved with it over the years. Great cause. So we want to just kind of bring some awareness to that today. So if you can and you feel so inclined, you can support the Arkansas Children's Northwest today. 877-377-6963 if you want to text a welcome back to Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
I know you missed him yesterday. It's nice to be missed. Like, we were going to have a card and all that for you, but
Do you guys really think I'm buying any of this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right. Because I'm not.
Okay. Is that why you're so adamant to do those quick turns when you come off the road and sacrifice your own sleep to be in here? We thought it was for the betterment of the show.
Well,
now
it's
I
a
realize
point of personal pride.
It's because you're afraid we won't need you.
It's vanity.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right.
I don't want to get kicked to the curb.
The face of the SEC Network, Dari Noka, joins us next on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year's sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need. Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need. We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion. Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help. Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, WW, book,
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us. Go Hogs.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
You did.
But I spewed it out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's what'll happen here.
Just comes out.
Dari Noka's the face of the SEC network. What's the weather like in Charlotte today? Dari, good morning. You guys, you getting around okay?
What's up, brother? Yeah, it's good, man. It's 21 degrees right now.
Balmy.
But it's sunny. Yeah, but it's a balmy 21, but it is sunny. You know,
Sun's already
nice,
out.
bright sky.
East
I know you
Coast
guys
time.
are still waiting on yours.
Yep.
What's that?
Yeah, East Coast time. Sun's already out for you. We are waiting on ours. It's still a lot of ice here.
Yeah.
Still a lot of teens or below temps. It's 7 right now where we're doing the show. But you know what?
Sounds like a good tonight. Sounds great.
It's a bright day because you're on the show, and here we go down the stretch of the grind to make the NCAA tournament for some, including Arkansas. Or they got 5 games left, Dari. They got 5 games left. I know it's the #1 topic in your production meeting every day. Will Arkansas? I'm kidding. Will Arkansas make the NCAA tournament?
Yeah.
How many teams are getting in from this league now? There was talk of 13 like a few weeks ago. Has that shrunk a little bit?
Yeah, I don't think 13. I think that was always a kind of a pipe dream. I talking to Lenardi even 2-3 weeks ago, he's like, I think 12 is your most realistic number. I think 12 probably is the most realistic number. 2 weeks ago, he said he said that if I were to guess, you're going to end up with 12, and I think it's going to come down to these 4 teams and 2 of them getting in. Georgia, Vandy, Arkansas, Oklahoma. And I think that was pretty realistic. I think he's kind of dead on. Georgia's kind of fallen by the wayside, but they're certainly in better position than Oklahoma, who is out. They're out, and they're not. I don't see how they win another game of these last 5. So I think that they're out. It certainly, Arkansas is as bubbly as anybody in America right now, and seeing like how well they play at times gives people hope. But that's got to translate into more of what happened at Kentucky, where they come out on the right side instead of narrowly missing the right side of a ball game. So they certainly need a couple more.
Yeah, what do you think when you watch Arkansas play?
I think the potential's there. I think for whatever reason they've clearly become a little bit of a better team without Boogie, and I hate to say that, but sometimes that happens in sports. We saw LSU probably become a better football team when Harold Perkins went out. It's hard to explain sometimes why it happens. It shouldn't happen, but it does. I'd like to see them in the tournament because I do think they can beat almost anybody, if not anybody, on any given day. It's just not there on a consistent level, but welcome to college basketball. I think that they're one of many teams that can be really, really good and can be pretty bad sometimes. So night in, night out basis, man, I don't know what to expect from them. I was impressed with the way they defended the other night against Auburn. So, yeah, that would have been an incredible one to pull out. They weren't that far away. You see some teams in this league, I would say Oklahoma maybe more than any other, that just look like they don't care anymore. Arkansas is not that team, and Cal's done a nice job of continuing to kind of recharge them, but the W's do have to start coming a little more consistent.
Dari, when you watch the league and you look at some of these games, I'm thinking about Mississippi State's game the other night with A&M. There's going to be, it seems like anyway, there's going to be somebody break out of the pack when the tournament starts and makes a run, maybe beyond the obvious. How many teams, like when we get to the Sweet 16, for example, realistically, what do you think the SEC could have there?
Oh, Chuck, it's funny, like what could the SEC have, and then what would be a disappointment if we didn't have?
Right.
I think that those are interesting conversations. I think there are certainly 5 teams. I think if we look at the Sweet 16 and say 5, I think that's very realistic. I think that's very realistic. I think we could see, upwards of potentially 7. But I think if we get to Sweet 16 and we're looking at 5, I think that's a really good, realistic place for us as a league.
Yeah. What'll end up happening is somebody or 2 teams from this league will end up being in the Sweet 16 that'll surprise you, and somebody will get knocked off. It always we're ahead of ourselves here.
Right.
We got the SEC tournament ahead.
Yeah,
we got all
sure.
these things to get into, but just thinking ahead, that's kind of how the tournament goes. Dari, let's switch gears. The expansion of the college football playoff has been an ongoing conversation, and along the college football lines, another thing has popped up, which is Texas saying they're not going to have a spring game. Nebraska's already said it. We've got other schools getting in line now. Let me start there with some football conversation. What do you think about the idea of teams not having a spring game?
I honestly have no problem with it whatsoever. I realize that for many fans, going and watching that might be the only time they go to that stadium that year. And I know that's the case at Nebraska. Like, that's the most Nebraska football they will see in a season, is those 2 teams going against one another, scarlet and white, or scarlet and cream, I should say, on a regular basis, like every April or whatever day. That certainly matters, and because they don't get tickets in the fall, can't get tickets in the fall, can't afford tickets in the fall, whatever it may be. So for them, I feel that's a shame they won't necessarily get to see that in the style that they're used to seeing it. But at the same time, we're running this is a mini professional game here, and If you think there are advantages to be lost by having a spring game, particularly on television or in front of 90,000 people, or 50,000 people, or whatever, or just being on television in general, then I understand. Secrets are made to be secrets, especially in this day and age where not only, let's think about the fact that television in a spring game is one way to scout. You also have a situation where you've got transfers. You've got 3 or 4 guys in all likelihood from every team, at least, that are going to enter the transfer portal after the spring game. And they can take whatever knowledge that they've gained over the course of that spring or in that game to wherever program they're going to next. And I just think you have to protect as much as you can anymore in this day and age because it's different than it used to be.
Dari, when I talk to SEC football people, coaches here and there, the prospect of having people poached from their roster is something that I'm not saying it stands out above all other things, but it's right up there at the top of the list. I mean, I think it happens here, everywhere. What are your thoughts on that, moving forward, how that might affect not just spring games, but maybe other things too?
Well, I think that's maybe the biggest risk of. I think that's maybe the biggest problem of all. And I would be willing to bet that all of those coaches that are telling you that they hate the poaching are poaching, because it's poach or be poached, right? I mean, you don't want to be on the wrong side without ever being on the right side. That's a quick way to an exit. So it sucks. It's terrible. It's not how it's supposed to be. But the portal and NIL from day one have never been used like they're supposed to be used. So everybody's out in the best interest of themselves. There are agents that are involved now, obviously, that are in the best interest of themselves, and in parentheses, and their client, in parentheses. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue because they know that they can reach out to a coaching staff and or a university and gauge interest, and they will get an answer. Those universities know that they can reach out to player X, offer some more money than they're making now, and get an answer. And that's one of those things that I don't believe will ever adequately be policed. I don't think it can be policed. And like every other little thing that has changed in college football and college sports in general, we as college sports fans, if we are going to have to continue to say, okay, I guess that's just part of it now, and decide whether or not you're still going to love following college athletics.
Dari Nowkhah, SEC Network, with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. The other topic with college football right now, it's getting some attention, but we're mostly focused on basketball and who's going to make the postseason and all that, who's going to be seated where. But there's an ongoing conversation, the SEC and the Big Ten leading the charge for potential expansion from 12 to 14 or 16 teams, with the caveat that both the Big Ten and the SEC would get 4 teams in the playoff guaranteed every year. What are your thoughts on expanding the playoff and all that comes with that?
So expanding the playoff is fine. It's great. The issues that need to be addressed are the seeding and, in my opinion, having more home games.
And there you go.
And the phone system just may have crashed.
Sounded like the entire city of Charlotte just lost their phone system.
I don't know if
right
it was Charlotte or ice on the tower.
Might have been. You never know. You never know.
The pipes just burst. The phone line pipes just burst. But you had your trickle going while you were gone.
I did. And everything was okay.
Yeah.
Everything was okay.
Same here. We were able to keep the drip.
Now, I got to, maybe Dari will be back on in a minute. Is it really great that the playoff's expanding? I mean, is it really great? Now, I agree with him on the seed stuff. You got some stuff right there. But I don't think it's great. And I say that respectfully. I know the SEC and the Big Ten are going to benefit from that. But do you really think there are 16 teams out there that can win this thing? I mean, it was hard to stage great games with 12. You're going to do it with 16 and just accurately seeding everybody is going to suddenly make the 16th seed worthy of winning the championship? I mean, we're going to make ourselves feel better because we're going to change the format up to where teams like Boise State don't get buys. But we're going to still have those teams in there because we're expanding to 16 teams.
All right, now we've got Dari back. Now explain why it's great, and then go to the issues.
Okay, so by the way, I just caught the end of Chuck. That was great. I think any guarantee of spots for a conference is frankly a bit ridiculous and goes against the idea of having the quote unquote if the idea is to have the best teams, then we cannot guarantee every single year that the fourth best SEC team is going to be one of the best 14 or 16, or the fourth best Big Ten team would be one of the best 14 or 16. I don't think guarantees are necessary. I think it's great for the SEC and the Big Ten that they have more pull and they can make changes without a unanimous, approval of every other conference and commissioner and so on. But I just think that it's a bad look optically to have, hey, that's fine, we're going to have 14, but we're guaranteed 4, because you may not always be worthy of having 4. Chuck, to your point that I caught when I came back, is reseeding going to fix everything? No, but in every other sport, the idea is that you play a regular season so that the appropriate teams get the appropriate advantages in the postseason. And I think that that's what reseeding would be.
I'm all for reseeding. I'm all for reseeding. Okay. I am all for that. 16 teams is a lot of teams, man.
Do you really have a chance?
This is not basketball. This is not basketball.
No, I agree.
But it is. But if you try to compare it.
I was happy, honestly. I was happy with 4. I don't want to go beyond.
I was too.
Yeah. So why do we like?
Go beyond 8.
Why do we like an expanded playoff? I think we like the idea of it, but then so if you're going to do a comparison, it's more of an NFL comparison, but it's different because of the way they have their regular seasons and how teams earn their spots into the playoff. And you have a chance to maybe have an upset, but we don't even sometimes have that many in that league in the playoffs. But what was interesting this year, Dari, is especially early on, it's like, why did we think there was going to be some, quote, Cinderella in a college football playoff? Because the game's different, right? Physical and fast and all that doesn't change, of what makes a team better. And so what will do you think the playoff expanding will be good for college football, or are we going to get more like just bad games?
Yeah, I think there's an equal opportunity for both of those, though. I do think that we're going to get a lot of bad games. But then hopefully we get games like Arizona State and Texas, and we get those stories like Arizona State, which was the story of the year from a Cinderella type of perspective. I think we're going to get a mix of everything. Even in the 4-team college football playoff, we all know that we had more blowouts than we had great games. So if we had that with 1 versus 4, what are we going to get with 1 versus 16? We're going to get a whole lot of that. We're going to get that. We're going to get more injuries in the postseason that ultimately end up costing teams chances to win national championships when that's supposed to be the optimal way to win a national championship. We're going to get all of that. What's it all about? We know it. It's the green, right? It's the money. It's the opportunity to play longer and more games and earn more money. That's the ultimate answer. But no, I think we're going to get a lot of injuries. I also worry about this, and maybe I'm alone in this. How did Notre Dame, Ohio State not rate better than it did?
I don't know.
Is there a playoff fatigue that starts to set in, right? We love that January 1st or even that January 10th or 11th championship, but now we're talking late January. We've seen all these playoff games. Are we a little bit ready to move on, even from this great sport, 4 full rounds in to a playoff? I don't know. I'm curious to see what ratings would look like.
Yeah,
at
great
that
point.
Particular point, especially if we see blowout after blowout after blowout.
Great point. Good discussion today.
Thank you, Dari.
Early good discussion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dari.
Thank you, Dari.
Great stuff. Go get some hair and makeup. Get ready for the day. Have a great weekend, man. We'll watch you on television. Yeah, do that.
Sounds good, guys.
Thank
All
you,
right, man.
Dory.
Appreciate you,
Yep.
man. Thanks so
There you go.
much. Dari Noka, SEC Network, the face of the SEC Network.
Well, really
SEC Now, and you can hear him on Sirius XM, too. He'll just pop up. Dari's just all over the
Those guys work all the time.
Long-time ESPN guy. He's great. We really appreciate him being a friend of the show. Brought to you in part by First Security Bank, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show, where you always bank better. Friendly, local people, and more convenient locations. FSbank.com online. First Security Bank, member FDIC. 6:35. It's Friday. Finally, Friday. Chuck admitted we're all friends today, so it's a friendly Friday on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Touching the hearts of Arkansans, the passive-aggressive Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge. If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The SEC has changed.
Major breaking news, college.
Our coach has changed. Our roster has changed. One thing that hasn't changed, who we are. We are a championship program. We are led by Hall of Fame coaches. We are over 19,000 strong at home. And we are just as powerful on the road. We are the ones you counted out. We are Razorbacks.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
It's the Salesman Showdown at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Never seen a sale like this. Troy, you're pulling out all the stops, and so are your salespeople this month.
Yes, definitely. You know, Tommy, I've been telling everybody, we are taking deals from now until the end of the month that we've never taken before. You know, these sales guys, they're competing. They're doing everything that they can to earn your business. It is the Salesman Showdown. I mean, heck, first place gets a vacation and a gift card. We're giving away 75-inch TV, a big tool set. I mean, they really are. They are doing everything that they can to earn your business. So come down here and see us. You know, one of the big things we're doing right now, maximize your tax return. We are going to be matching your down payment up to $1,500. So if you've got, let's say you just got $500, that turns into $1,000. $1,000's $2, and $1,500 turns into $3. So come and see us.
All right, it's the Salesman Showdown. We're going to be telling you more. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal, and online at harryrobinson.com.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Where's my life gone? I don't understand anything that's happening. There's all this stuff going on around me, and I'm just completely clueless. And that's when I decided I'm going to go to bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Tax season, it's here. Ready or not, you got to get filed. And H&R Block is here to help. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Breathe easy and file with confidence at an H&R Block office near you. You know who's filing with confidence right now?
Who's that?
The women's softball team at the University of Arkansas. They had 2 run rule wins in a doubleheader yesterday at the Mary Nutter Classic out in California. They are 12-0 on the season.
Yeah, that's right.
The best start in school history.
Almost had another no-hitter yesterday. Took it to the final inning, and then the announcer said, "Well, you know, so-and-so's on it. Robin Herron's got a no-hitter going here," and immediately.
And then got destroyed.
Immediately.
And then the announcer got destroyed.
Yeah.
Who's
that
Mary
fair?
Nutter? Does anyone have any idea? Of
Famous softball person.
I just wondered. Sorry.
I mean.
No, you're right, though. They're off to a good start. 12-0. I mean, they are.
Mary.
They are solid. Baseball team's got a big weekend coming up.
Mary Nutter was an All-American softball player and a pioneer in the sport.
I was getting
Chuck,
ready to
how did you
Google
not
that.
know
Well,
that?
I was Googling it
How did
as I
you
asked the
not
question.
know that?
I did not know that.
She was a coach at Pittsburgh State, was inducted into the NAIA Hall of Fame in 1988. You weren't there?
Wow.
They had Prosecco
Pittsburgh
and
State.
ham sandwiches. The National Fast Pitch
Gorillas.
Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 1997, where they again had Black Forest ham, croissants, and Prosecco.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Where were you?
I just missed out. I was that was a long time ago.
It was at a Holiday Inn. You know how they do some of these Hall of Fames?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do.
When you went into the Hall of Fame, I think it was at a Western Sizzler.
I think it was. I think it was at a motel. It wasn't a hotel. It was a motel.
I love it when we get awards together like that. It could have been in somebody's garage, but man, it sounds so sexy. Wow, what a Hall of Famer!
Noontime
Yeah,
banquet.
you're thinking Cooperstown. It's
Yeah.
a jacket and like a display and. It was, you got a nicer gift at the Rotary Club when you spoke there.
Plaque about the size of an iPad.
Anyhow, that's who Mary Nutter is.
I just wondered. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail the discussion.
They named a dang tournament after her. Can we get a tournament named after? That's what we need. That's my
Wally Hall's
Basil.
got a softball tournament named after him in Little Rock.
Yeah,
we
sure
need to have the
does.
Bo Mattingly
Well,
softball tournament.
I don't know about that. I mean, I got some years to go. We got to get you in there first.
Well, I don't know about that.
It'd be the Chuck Barrett pickleball tournament.
That's right. That'd be fun.
The baseball team's going to Arlington. They bust down there, right?
Mm-hmm. Dave likes doing that once a year. I can remember one time we were opening the season with Louisiana Tech in Ruston, Louisiana. And this was just at the advent of charters, for teams other than football and basketball. And we had gotten in the habit of chartering in baseball. And I'm thinking, man, this is going to be a great trip. Quick trip, fly in, do the games, fly out, home before dark Sunday night. Dave comes in like 2 days before the trip, says his team's not practicing well. I don't like what they're doing. They don't deserve to fly in a charter. We're going to bus. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you insane? And but my point is he does this. He does this when they could fly. This is not a cost-cutting measure. He's done this over the years because he feels like it toughens his teams up. And I think there's something to that, to be honest with you.
Hey, let me send you this picture real quick.
All right.
So, by the way, who they playing?
Kansas State. Then they play TCU. TCU, I think, is ranked 22nd, and then they play Michigan. Kansas State's up first.
What we got?
Is that tonight?
7 o'clock tonight.
Tonight. Is this on that that
It's
TV
on your
channel we
favorite
watch
app.
once a year?
Oh, sports.
Your favorite app.
Okay, I'll have to go out and buy that 1 month subscription again.
And then learn how to cancel.
And then learn. The first year I didn't learn how to cancel.
I tell you what. You know what? Let's go watch. You and me, let's go watch the game tonight.
Let's don't.
Come on, man.
No.
I'll get us a table at Walk-Ons, and we can watch the first. We can watch the first 3 or 4.
I'm gonna pass, but
Come
that's
on,
nice
man.
of you to think of me.
Come on, man.
I declared.
That sounds like fun.
I declared as friends. Let's
That
not
sounds
push
like
the
fun.
envelope.
Listen.
Let's not push the envelope.
I'll tell you what. I'll have a car service pick you up. I'll get you a pitcher of beer. You can have some of it, and then I'll have the car service take you home.
How long do I have to stay?
3 innings, 4 innings.
Nah. Thanks though. I mean, it does sound like a fun time.
Look at that
picture. And if I was more sociable, I'm sure it would be.
You see that picture I sent you?
No, I haven't seen it.
You know what that is?
I forgot my phone. At
That's
home.
my son. It's my son and daughter-in-law. We got to hit a break. It's my son and daughter-in-law.
Wow.
They closed on their house
did.
yesterday.
Are they in?
They're in.
All right. Spent the first night on the floor?
I said maybe you guys would maybe wait a couple of days because they could, but they're, we've already got our stuff boxed up. I go, how do you think that U-Haul is going to do on the icy roads? You need some help? They said no. I said, good. and I haven't heard since, but I think everything's okay.
I remember the first house I bought, the first night in there, sitting on the floor eating pizza. Probably the best pizza I've ever eaten in my life. There's a satisfaction that comes. And I think about your kids, and there's so many people out there that buy homes for the first time. And it sure is nice to have somebody like Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, guide you through that, because it's a pretty daunting task. And the reality is, if you really don't know what you're doing, you can miss out on some opportunities. There's money out there. There's things you're eligible for that you may not be aware of. A real estate professional does that for you. And that's what they've done at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, since 1978. Now, they're all over our region. They're in northwest Arkansas, Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. We were talking about Arkansas Children's a little bit earlier. They've done a lot of work and made a lot of donations to Arkansas Children's over the years. And they've been a vital part of our community. And when it comes to real estate, they'll get you from contract to close. And you can check them out at WeichertGriffin.com.
648, good morning.
I think you should look at yourself today in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me?
Okay, I will.
I'm not talking about you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant. Ready or not, it is tax season, but luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our Hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
ESPN Arkansas is proud to partner with Arkansas Children's Northwest for the Miracles and Magic Mediathon. Together, we can make a difference for local kids. Every donation directly supports the expansion of Arkansas Children's Northwest. A big thank you to our presenting sponsors, Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Visit crabtreerv.com. Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine in Springdale. Adventure starts here. And Schlotzsky's, the perfect partner for your event catering needs. Donate now at hitthatline.com and let's make a difference together. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
We take 2 planes in basketball. Needless to say, I'm on plane 2.
But you are the king of plane 2. You are the host. You are the chairman of the second plane.
I wouldn't go so far as to say chairman, but my seat is in the upper half.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So what I heard during the break is Chuck wanted to get into the Bobby Portis situation here.
I think not.
Jeez.
I think that's not.
Okay, we'll do it next hour. By the way, for whatever Portis is in trouble for, we should all miss 25 shows. Anyhow, we'll do that coming up, but there's breaking news.
There is breaking news.
Situation Room brought to you by Chevy of Fayetteville. Here's Bart.
Yeah, Arkansas dropped a spot in the net overnight from 40th to 41st. UC San Diego, the Toreros, jumped up 2 spots from 42nd to 40th.
How about that?
Causing Arkansas to slide a spot. Yeah.
So San Diego.
See, I look at the net stuff, and, sometimes I understand it. Sometimes I don't. I will admit. There's some teams that are ranked where they are. Then I know the computers, they've got their method.
Yeah.
And it affects us too. I mean, I'm not discounting where Arkansas is right now. But I see some of these things, and it's like, I don't get that.
Well,
like San Diego, for example.
I think it's hard to understand for a lot of people when you're having a losing record and you're so good in the net, well off. But at the end of the day is when this will all come together. Right. We're just kind of watching it on a daily basis right now.
Well, here's the thing.
Ongoing situation room.
It's not right, but for most fans, until or unless your conference wins the national championship, you're not the best conference. I think that's the way a lot of fans feel.
Yeah, the NCAA tournament's a crapshoot.
You're right.
Having that be the total barometer
I don't disagree.
for all success.
I don't disagree, but you and I both know people look at it that way.
Chuck and Bo Show, almost 7 o'clock. Good Friday morning.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partly to mostly sunny skies. Our high this afternoon in the low to mid 30s. Clear skies tonight, mid to upper teens. Going to warm things up nicely on Saturday. Low 40s north, upper 40s south, and we'll be well into the mid 50s on Sunday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at AAABM.com or call us at 471-1771.
Joe's Grill and Cantina is already chipping away at 2025 with Joe's Chips and Salsa. Made with Tex-Mex house-made salsa. Made daily with fresh veggies, even carrots. Try their sizzling fajitas and crunchy tacos. Every Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. Joe's has great enchiladas with homemade sauce. It's the best around. Plus a full bar and TVs all around the restaurant. The best Tex-Mex and even better service at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I really think that there's so much negativity on social media and other people doing podcast or shows that have brainwashed people into thinking that the University of Arkansas Athletic Department is a fraud and it's fake and they're out to get you and that there's never going to be anything good here. And then you continue to just live in this horrible hell of being a Razorback fan.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to the show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
What? I was in mid-conversation with Chuck a minute ago, and paused, and he put his headphones on, and when he does, he can't hear anything that's happening in the studio.
That's right. That's why I put him on.
So then Bart and I had, unbeknownst to Chuck, an entire conversation about when Chuck wants to leave a conversation, he just leaves.
That's right.
He's still sitting right there.
That's right.
But the conversation about me and my Facebook page was not interesting you. So now I'm going to have to share it on the air. So
That's
I can
what I
finish
was
it.
waiting. I didn't want you to waste it on the driving range, man. I wanted you to bring it to the first tee box.
Well, I've come to the conclusion and the realization that I'll never be able to get on my Facebook page via laptop or desktop or any other computer than my phone, because the password's apparently saved in my phone. but I don't. The email's not. Remember when you've said,
I know.
you got people to do those things for you, and you
I
made
know.
fun of me.
Well, you got kids.
Years ago, somebody set up a Facebook page for me, like when we had a radio show,
Right.
like a long time ago. And somebody set it up who no longer works here, and it was like a generic email. It wasn't my email. So I don't have, I can't recover a password. I don't know how to get into that email, and my phone number's not associated with the account. And which is tragic because
I might remember
as I get older, Chuck, I'm going to need Facebook.
Well, I know. Well,
that's my future.
I have a similar issue because I can only look at Facebook on my phone. The bad part is I actually filled out everything myself, but I don't remember.
Well, it's recoverable. Then.
Well, I understand all that, but it doesn't seem to be recoverable for me, so. I'm strictly phone
Bart,
too when it
Bart
comes
is
to
deep in
Facebook.
thought in the Chevy of Fayetteville situation room.
I think I remember the email and password.
Wow.
I think I might be able to get you back in.
Bart, when in doubt, Bart is the answer.
I'm going to tell you, it's not always the way you want it to be, but there's no more valuable linchpin than Bart Pullman.
Oh, no question.
I mean, it's not always the way as you want it to be. But I mean, there's sometimes we might want a little more in a certain area and whatever. But you may not be able to score. You may not be able to score points, but that you're always going to set screens, rebounds, show up, and be a good teammate. And you're a good presence in the locker room.
Let me tell you about
where this is going for me.
Let me interrupt and tell you about my awkward moment in Auburn with Doug Shows. All right,
a little backdrop.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, the refs were terrible in that
Doug
game.
Shows is one of the most decorated officials in all of college basketball. Bart can't stand him and called him out by name.
Yeah.
And eviscerate him.
And it made the internet, for lack of a better way to put it. And it made it to Doug Shows.
Who called the game at Auburn.
Doug's one of the nicest people in the world because he comes down the row and shakes everybody's hand.
That's what
Talks
makes
to the
him
PA
nice.
announcer. Talks to
we always have a brief
radio
conversation. Now, we were on the air when Doug made the rounds Wednesday night at Auburn. So I didn't hear what he said. But he said something because he spoke I could see his mouth moving for 5 or 6 seconds.
By this point, you had already exited the conversation.
I was on the air. No. I was on the air. I was speaking on the air.
This wasn't a deal where you put your headset on while
I was
you're
not
off the
ignoring
air
it. I
ignore
wanted to
people.
hear what he had to say because I wanted to be able to say to him, Doug, it was Bart. I don't have anything to do with that. If you'd listened to the entire show in context, you would have heard me taking up for you. But at any rate, don't misunderstand the power of the Chevy situation room.
Yeah.
Because you throw that out there, and then you leave guys like me to deal with the awkward moment.
Yeah.
When you just sit over there in the situation room and start throwing things out.
Yeah, Chuck, you can hide behind the microphone
That's
or
right.
the keyboard
You're
like
a
some other
keyboard
people
warrior.
we know.
That's
Some other
right.
people we know later in the day hide behind the microphone. They don't ever get out
I'm not trying to hide from Doug
face
Shows.
the people
But it
that
was
they
an
talk
awkward
about.
moment, is what I'm trying to say. It was an awkward moment.
You'd like to have a conversation with Doug?
I'm happy to.
Maybe we can.
What would you say to him? What would you say to him?
Explain.
I'm Doug Shows saying, kid, what's your problem with me? We got a problem? What do you say to him?
Well, if he said it like that to me, I'd say, yeah, you're bad. But if he didn't say it like that, if he approached it like an open conversation, I'd be like, Doug, what do you see as the challenges in officiating college basketball today? Because I know there are areas where officials seem to struggle and seem to get calls
Last
wrong.
week you were ready to run him out of the game.
I don't think he's good.
You said he doesn't belong in college basketball.
Well, no, I don't think that's what I said.
The thing you would say to him is ask him a question like that, like you're talking to the SEC commissioner. What do you see as the
I'd like to have an
challenges
honest
of
conversation.
officiating college
I'd
basketball?
like to have an honest conversation.
I'm
with the
just
guy.
saying it was an awkward moment.
But I
that's
mean,
all I'm saying.
That's
it
a
was
far
an awkward
cry
moment.
from Zoom pops on. Doug, you suck.
Well, I'm not.
That's where
like,
you were.
who does that?
Well, that's where you were last week.
That's what
Well,
you said last week.
Look, I don't think he's.
I
good
read it
official.
on bestofarkansassports.com. The recap of your remarks, and of course, it was positioned
Chuck, we need to
where
get
it
you a
was
better reading list.
where it was Bart versus the world, and No, I'm just joking. Well, but it was an awkward moment. I'm not going to lie to you.
I understand. I understand.
Cool.
I stand by what I said. I don't think he's a very good official.
Well,
and I don't think the game on Saturday, and we talked about, or the game the other night was well officiated. I thought in fact, like for both sides, this is not like just an Arkansas thing. Like it was very poorly officiated on both ends of the court.
Well, you're doing a much more diplomatic job.
But you're
than
not
you did
being
the other
specific.
day.
You're speaking in general terms.
Like you got to understand, like Chuck's out here dealing in the real world, and he's carrying you with him. And so when you
I'll try
come
to be more
out
diplomatic
and start
moving forward.
ruining people's careers and trying to
calling for their banishment.
I mean, you were like Pete Rosedom. Like you were like, get him out. Like ban him from the game, lifetime ban.
Giamatti over here.
Like,
Get him out of
like
here.
this guy refs Final Fours. I mean, that doesn't happen by accident. He earns that.
Well,
just because you don't like it, you don't like the way some games are officiated. Here's what I like. Here's what we all like. We like games where they just let them play. All right, you hacked them, great.
Until your guy gets fouled and they don't
but
call.
if they're letting it go both ways and you're both just getting crushed.
All I ever ask for is consistency.
Well, that's hard. I mean, God.
I've never heard that before.
That's all. Like, call it the same on both ends of the court. The same things that are fouls in the first half need to be fouls in the second half. Doesn't matter.
Raise your hand if you're consistent.
Yeah, really.
Raise your hand if you're consistent.
How many times? Hey, if you're going to call it on that end, call it down on this end,
we're
too.
We're all such consistent creatures, aren't we?
Look, I think he's terrible, okay? What do you want?
Bart Pullman is the one who's calling for the banishment.
If Doug is here.
One of the top officials in college basketball.
If Doug is here on Saturday, I'm going down there just to apologize. And I'm taking Bart's cutout with me.
It was actually an A list. You know, before every game, you know, you look at the officials list, and it's like, oh, this is an A-list game. They had Doug Chows, KB Burdett, and Steven Anderson, all fairly accomplished officials. You get some of these games, like you're playing LSU on the road, you get guys you never heard of. I mean, they're SEC refs, but they're not the A team. You know, they had the A team on Wednesday night.
It's Bart Pullman, Situation Room Bart, number one Chevy volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas, Chevy of Fayetteville, in the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Look, I got things to say, okay?
I got grievances with you.
By the way, you had something else. Something else. Bart came into the office this morning, like right out of the chute. He still had his beanie on, 6 layers of clothes. Freaking looked like he was going to race the Iditarod. And he's like, I got something to rant about today. Yeah. And my chair, I just kind of wheeled it back from the desk, and I just looked at him.
Well, what's the problem?
And I was like, "Ooh, this could be good, or."
Well, it's winter.
What do you got, Bart?
It's winter weather related.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And really, like this is just kind of common courtesy. Okay, and it's something. It's a big pet peeve for me. Bo's already laughing.
I mean,
at me.
it's just like.
Well, now you set it up. What is it?
Angry Bart is a
What
Bart.
is it?
It is something.
People like do not park directly behind somebody's driveway, especially on a narrow street.
You mean like across the street, like
right,
on the other side of the street?
directly behind the
Where you
driveway.
have to back out. There's a car across the street.
Right. Do not park, especially when there's winter weather at play.
I bashed a neighbor's car like that one time. I did.
I've done it
Years
before.
ago,
I've done it before,
bashed a
too.
neighbor's car. Man, he was pissed. I'm not going to lie to you. He was mad.
You know what I said? I said should have been parking there.
Yeah.
You know, I said that to him, and it did not go over real well. But
does that work for you?
It did.
Yeah. What happened?
It did.
You hit?
No, not today. No.
You hit somebody?
This was several years ago. Yeah.
I thought you were going to go
back to
like,
you today. Made you mad?
I thought you were going to talk to all the Dodge Chargers trying to go up hills.
The neighborhood I live in, around my house, is nothing but cars parked on the street. For whatever reason, the people who live around me do not use their driveways or their garages to park their vehicles.
Because they got stuff in their garage.
Get rid of it. Or at least park in your damn driveway. Get your car off the street. Like there's ice on the road, and I'm having to like just kind of weave in and out of cars all around.
Did you leave a nasty note on their windshield? That's always fun to do.
Yeah.
Call them a
Sticky
bad
note.
name and then put it on the windshield,
don't
underneath
tell
the
them where-
windshield wiper.
To your next door neighbor across the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Your across the street neighbor.
The-
Making friends.
The thing that
This
really
in Dale
bothers
Carnegie's
me,
book.
The thing that really bothers me about this is I've had this conversation before.
Well, I can tell.
Like with these people, like, hey, like we've got winter weather coming. Like, can you please, park in the driveway or just not park directly behind my driveway? Because my driveway's on a little bit of a.
What do you think they're
an
saying
incline.
behind your back after
And-
that conversation?
There goes Karen.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Let's get a video.
Probably so. You know what though? I don't care. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Karen of the neighborhood.
I'm certainly not. I don't want to.
Sound like a candidate for president of the POA.
I was
man.
going to say,
I mean,
at least the treasurer.
You could run the POA.
At least he's going to be the treasurer.
Look, do you want me to hit your car or not?
Oh, how's that POA going?
I love it.
How's that POA going?
Bart's going to clean up the neighborhood,
common,
man.
It's common courtesy.
Hey,
It's
as soon as the warmer weather hits
Oh,
today,
yeah, it's gonna
he's
be
going.
hell.
Hey, he's going door to door. Hey guys, I think we need a change in the POA leadership.
There's not going to be
I'm
anybody
Bart.
parking on the street.
I'm Bart. Nice to meet you. I'd appreciate your vote.
You got to be edging
You tired of
your,
these cars parked out across from driveways,
Yeah.
just creating chaos in our neighborhood? By the way, it looks trashy.
Hey,
It does look trashy too.
Use your freaking garage.
you
Come
know,
on.
Weichert,
or just the driveway.
Weichert could get you to a better neighborhood.
Just the driveway.
you know, like
Just like
Bo's son.
That's right.
I mean, he could
He'll
get you to a better neighborhood.
Just
You can get to a
it's
neighborhood where they don't
common
allow it.
courtesy.
There's
general.
certain neighborhoods where they don't allow things like
It's
that.
common courtesy in general.
I got an idea.
I understand if you have people over and like people are parking on the street, they got to, right? But like when it's just you living there and you're parking your car directly behind somebody's driveway on a regular basis, especially when there's winter weather,
I love
you're
it when Bart gets
asking
worked
you're
out.
asking
I
to
love
get hit.
You're sweating.
Asking to get hit.
So I got.
Don't be a moron.
Well, I think that sums it up.
Don't be a moron.
That sums it up.
That's that email coming from the
Oh,
POA.
gosh.
Next door, Bart's neighborhood, the next door out.
Don't
You
be a
gotta
moron.
Yeah,
The
don't be a
4
moron.
exclamation points.
Yeah, I got an idea. You could kind of fight back. We could find someone with a boat trailer, and you could park it across from their
Ooh,
driveway
yeah,
on your
yeah.
side of the street.
You need a boat trailer out in the street. You don't even have to have a boat. Just the trailer.
Yeah, just leave a trailer there. It's the Chuck and Bo Show, solving problems. What's yours? 877-377-6963. Taxes are hard. Filing with H&R Block is easy. You can just walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy. And your max refund guaranteed. Mike Anderson's going to join us at 8 o'clock, by the way. Looking forward to that. Going to be a big time reliving the 90s and the Final
I
14.
really like
They're going to
Mike.
celebrate them on Saturday. Saturday night at 7 o'clock. It's Missouri in town. Back in a minute. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations.
I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes.
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
They got to understand, Luka's a different beast, man. He smokes, he drinks, he overeats.
He's the Babe Ruth.
He is.
He's
He is the Babe Ruth of the NBA, and they need to leave him alone.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Big weekend at Oaklawn. They've moved everything back one day.
Have they?
Yeah, just so you know.
Cold.
But the Rebel Stakes happening a day later.
That's always a big day. I've been there before on Rebel Stakes Day.
Oh.
Mayhem.
Listen, there's not a bad day at Oaklawn, but that's a good one.
It's fun
among
to
the
go.
many.
It's fun to go.
That's a good one there in Hot Springs. Get to Oaklawn. Get to Oaklawn.com/racing for all that entails. Gentle Ben in Saline County. Gentle Ben, good morning.
Gentle Ben, how are you?
Good morning. Great, fantastic. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Good. All right, good. Well, hey, is Bart still there?
No, he left.
Okay.
He's
All right,
here.
No, he's here. He's here. I'm joking. What would you say to Bart if you could say anything to Bart right now, Gentle Ben? Because of course you can.
I would just say, chill out, be happy, don't worry. However that saying goes, you know, 'cause about the parking, because that's okay. Everything he said is right, but I'm old school here, old guy here. I mean, and the reason that we old folks park that way is because maybe somebody like me that's already had 3 incidents that they claim was my fault, backing out of a Walmart parking lot, parking place or a doctor's office.
I can see that.
Got about 3 of them there, and so when it comes to that happening at home with old folks, a lot of people backing out of their carport or whatever, driveway or whatever, they got 3 wrecks on their thing. It was their fault when they hit somebody. So
Bart doesn't care about old people.
Just to clarify, just to clarify, Ben, just to clarify, these are younger people. These are younger people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I understand. I understand what you're saying.
There's thoughtless cretins, is what they are.
That makes them, Ben. That makes them idiots. That's Bart's take. That like if you're old, that's okay, but if you're not, you're an idiot.
When I went, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, that's all. Yeah.
See, the same thing happened to Gentle Ben.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to Gentle
Aliens
Ben.
got him.
Aliens. It did sound like a zapper.
What is
there,
happening?
didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't
what
know.
is
We got a
happening?
phone zapper? That's twice now.
Dari went down.
I know. Now Gentle Ben's gone.
You think Gentle Ben's in his car in a Walmart parking lot, and did he back into somebody?
I don't think so.
Hey, could you see that happening?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that happening.
I want to hear the conversation that occurs thereafter.
Hey, that's going to be me one day. You know, I'm going to back into someone totally confused, not have any earthly idea why they were even parked there. Kind of like Bart. Why were you parked there? Well, because there's a parking spot.
Why did you get in my way?
Well, yeah. But that'll be me one day.
We just got a text in from Justin in Fort Smith, and he said, I used to have the same issue of neighbor parking directly behind my driveway. I would save my old AA batteries, and at night I'd go in my backyard and launch them over my house.
Oh, God.
The sound of a battery hitting that car was the most rewarding
Wow.
sound. After the neighbor continued finding batteries around the car, they moved. You're welcome.
Jeez Louise, man.
I don't know that I'm going to go launching batteries at cars.
Yeah, no.
I think I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out.
No,
I mean,
that's not
sometimes
really
you've got to
my
take
style.
matters into your own hands.
Gentle Ben is back. Ben, go ahead. We got zapped. We're not sure.
I don't know what happened there, Ben.
I don't either. Gremlins. We just call it Gremlins. Did it. But anyway, about the game, I'm Hope Springs Eternal. And when y'all were talking about that computer thing, that there have been times, especially when the Muss Bus were here, that I'd be hearing where we're ranked because of the computer thing or what seed we got, and I'm thinking, golly, I sure didn't think we'd get that good. You know, wrong as two FUs again, but I was glad I was wrong, you know. But I'm just kind of, how do I say, Hope Springs Eternal. I'm just believing we're going to do what we got to do to win the games that we're losing sometimes, you know, by close. And it reminds me of the football team when that year we went 6 games, lost 6 games by a total of 9 points or something like that, you know, and just couldn't make the closing deal. Well, we even did the closing this year. So I just believe we're going to win enough games to get to the tournament, and I believe we're going to make some noise and at least make it to the Sweet 16.
Wow. All right, Ben.
Hey,
Ben's confident.
That
Thank
could
you,
happen.
Ben.
That actually could happen. Thank you, Ben. Okay, are they going to win 3 of their last 5? Is Arkansas going to go 3-2 down the stretch? Buy or sell? Edward, do you buy that, or are you selling that?
Buy.
Okay, Bart?
Buy.
Chuck? Buy.
You're the play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
I'm buying it. I'm buying it. And if they do, are you buying they can make any sort of run in the tournament? Can they get to like the Sweet 16, win a couple of games in the NCAA tournament? Now, we don't know that until we know the draw, right? But it's possible.
I would say there's literally 40 teams out there that with the right draw, you know, a couple of breaks go their way, could end up in the Sweet 16. Now, I don't think there are 40 teams that could win the national championship. I don't think that at all. But I do think that there are a lot of teams out there that could make a run. What's going to be interesting in all of this is how do teams play on neutral floors? That's always the issue, in my mind, is how are you going to play when you don't have the home crowd behind you or the visiting crowd, you know, yelling at you every move that you make. Harder to shoot well sometimes in these big buildings where you play the NCAA tournament. So there are a lot of different factors that come into play, but somebody's going to make a run. There will be a middle-of-the-pack SEC team that'll make a run to the Sweet 16. I do believe that.
If we were to go around the room right now and describe Arkansas, this is the team they are. Do we know the answer to that? Like, can you describe Arkansas, this is who they are, or are you going to be on the fence and be like, well, here's what we've seen. You know, we've seen a lot of bit of this and a little bit of that, and I think, you know, they're still coming together, and Cal's still figuring these guys out and these rotations, and, you know, Nelly's eventually going to really get going consistently shooting the ball. Like, or do you just say this is who they are? This is the team, and your description is the following.
I think I mostly, like, I at least have an opinion of who this team is and
What's
how
your
they're going to
opinion?
have to
What do
win
you think?
games.
So are they, I want you to sum it up like this.
Okay.
Are they someone you can trust? Or are they the neighbor across the street with the car parked across from your driveway?
Bring it home.
Let's just bring it into brass tacks.
I think you can trust. I think you can trust what Arkansas is defensively. I think that's what we know. I think they have an identity on defense. They're playing like one of the best teams in the country defensively, and have been for most of the year, but especially since Boogie went out. Like, this is a really good defensive team, and that's going to keep them in most games. And then it comes down to whether or not they can make enough shots to win. That's the bottom line.
They've held a lot of teams below their average, for sure.
They can play. That defense is going to keep them in games against just about anybody in the country. We've seen that play out over the past several weeks. Can they make enough shots? That's going to determine whether or not they win the game.
So when we're talking defense, they don't park their car across from your driveway. When we're talking offense, it's
no, they
there.
park it in your driveway. You can't get out. You can't score. You can't do anything.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Arkansas is a good defensive team.
There you go.
That's what we have. Everything else is not sure.
I'm sure
But
tax season's here.
Defense wins championships.
Tax season is here, guys. That means for Pasco, it means it's the season of savings. You can get your home warm and comfortable now. Be nice. This is the time of year you want everything working well. Let's just put it that way.
Especially if you're blocked in your house.
That's
you
right.
Can't get out.
That's right. Warm and comfortable now, pay later when your tax return comes in. It's a smart way to stay comfortable without the upfront hit to your wallet. Now, if you're shopping around for a new system, don't forget to use Pascal's Price Check button. It lets you compare other companies' quotes with Pascal's pricing. And here's what we have found out over the years, and you know this. If a deal looks too good to be true, probably is. Hidden fees, units that aren't as good, and you don't want that. So you can check it out at gopascal.com. This is the time of year when if you're a Pascal customer, you're really glad you are. Peace of mind's important in the dead of winter. And again, tax season, get a new system now. Pay for it later. Log on to gopascal.com.
They're underway at the Miracles and Magic Mediathon benefiting Arkansas's Children's Northwest, the Children's Hospital. If you want to help with the expansion, you can do that. Give today. Just text ACNW to 51555. You can also go to the Chuck and Bo Show on social media, and you'll find a link to contribute there. Great cause. We want to make sure you're aware of it. The Miracles and Magic Mediathon happening today until 9 p.m., benefiting Arkansas Children's Northwest. 7:31 on Friday. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
So I spent yesterday, you don't mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously on Halftime.
Terrence Shannon pulls down the banner, and it's upside down in front of everybody.
You had one job. You had one job, banner guy.
That's exactly it. The one thing that wasn't upside down was his number, because his number is 0. Looks exactly the same upside down and right side up. Everything else about that looked wrong.
Listen to Halftime, weekdays from 11 to 2, only on ESPN 95.3.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today. and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
It's the Salesman Showdown at Harry Robinson's Saddle Salt Ford. Troy's got his staff competing with each other for great prizes for them. Here's the best deal for you out there listening. Matching down payments and up to $13,000 off during Truck Month on Ford F-150s.
Yes, and Tommy, that's not all that we have going on. The new Expeditions, the 24s that we have left in stock, up to $10,000. We've only got 2 of those left. These 24 F-150s are up to $13,000 off of MSRP, and we're going to match your down payment of up to $1,500. So take advantage of it. Right now is the time to buy.
And Expeditions, if you need a full-size SUV to haul the family, haul whatever, these Expeditions are deeply discounted.
Yes, and not only are they discounted, we're going to match your down payment of up to $1,500. So your $1,500 now turns into $3,000.
Matching down payments up to $1,500. It's the Salesman Showdown. Harry Robinson, Saddle Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddle.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heat and Air and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
My first thought, my subconscious was, gosh, another late game. And then my next thought was, change your flipping attitude. What is wrong with you? Quit being so negative.
What was your reply to yourself?
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Stop being so negative.
Was this a long
Embrace
conversation or was it a short one?
It was a short one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
See, I think you can be negative about late tip-off times without being a negative person.
Yeah.
You can be a generally upbeat, positive person and yet hate the 8, 9 o'clock tip-off times. That's kind of how I view myself, if you want to know the truth.
Well, it's been an unusual year for a lot of late tip-offs.
It's not changing. It's not going back. In fact, it's going to get worse.
Going for like next year?
Next year, it's going to be perhaps even worse.
Midnight games?
Would be my guess. Well, see, here's the deal. And I'm not saying this is bad. It's just the reality. Cal's a star. And 9 o'clock games in the Eastern time zone are where you put the stars. Let's just be truthful. So I think Arkansas is going to play a lot of 8 o'clock Central games from this point forward.
Well, what do you do with that?
Well, you get a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Well, I mean, that's what you do.
That's what I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. That's late. People that work, people that are listening to us, for example, at 6 o'clock in the morning, for them to stay up till 10, 10:30 to watch the end of a ball game, they don't stay up that late every night. Otherwise, they wouldn't be up at 5 o'clock.
I think it's unfortunate for, parents of small children who want to take their kids to the games. You know, that's an awfully late night for kids. There's a balance, right? Like, but I understand also that the TV networks don't give a damn about the fans.
Well, and the TV networks, let's be honest, they pay for pretty much everything.
That's right.
And they'll remind you of that. They're very eager to remind you of that.
Well, listen, this is what's happened, and we know it. So can we acknowledge that games are not meant to drive fan attendance?
That's true.
To capacity anymore.
That's true.
So you have a big arena, Bud Walton. They want to redo it, and I think actually I can't remember. They may want to actually shrink the number in there and have more luxury suites. Like if they redo it, I think that's true. I think that's the trend in college athletics, and here's why: because less people go to games. Less people go to games than ever before. When they built Bud Walton Arena, you didn't have this many games on television. You didn't have this kind of television. There's never a game at Bud Walton that is not at least streamed with video. Like you can watch every game. It is no longer, we live in a completely different world. It is no longer convenient to go to games like all the time. So you pick and you choose. And we got to quit being critical of it. We got to quit sitting around saying, what's wrong with Bud Walton Arena? What happened to the arena that I used to know? Well, what happened is the whole freaking world. Like, look around. The whole world's different. Like, it just is what it is now. It's like, how do you have a family, have kid activities, and go to midweek games? It's challenging.
I think the biggest thing is they price people out of the market. Not just here, but everywhere. Every game should be on TV right now because they price people out of the market.
They do, but the tickets are still sold out.
I understand
now,
that.
The people that could go maybe can't afford to go, and there's a reason for that, too, in some cases. You're young, you're single, you have, a job that isn't 10, 15 years into your career. You're making a lot of money, and you haven't built your family and your home and all those things yet. When you do all those things, you have responsibility. Like, this is so basic. But we sit around and we act like it's somebody's fault because the arena is not full every night. And then you want to give me the one or two examples in college basketball where it is every night. And look, yes, if you're winning and you're the thing to see and it is a next level experience because you're so good and you're number one in the country and you got 5 lottery picks on your team, which could end up happening here, yeah, you're going to have, people will prioritize it in a different way.
I think it's number of seats, too. There's too many seats. I mean, there are.
But that's what I'm saying. When they built it, that's what I meant by when they built
it,
it was a totally different time.
Well, yeah, it was $8 tickets back then.
And we didn't have as many games on
right.
TV.
That's exactly right. And, I can recall when having a ticket to Bud Walton was like having a gold bar. It's not quite that way, but it's Auburn was full the other night. They got 9,200 seats. That'd be like us playing in Barnhill. If we still played in Barnhill, it'd be full every game, just like it was back then. And, Duke, what's Cameron Indoor seat? 9,000?
Like 7,000, like 7,500.
Is it full every night? Well, yeah. If they had 20,000 seats to fill, would they fill it? No. Does the Dean Dome fill up every time North Carolina plays? No. Does Rupp Arena fill up every time Kentucky plays? No. They tell you it does, but it's not. Same for Tennessee. Tennessee had to downsize Thompson Bowling several years ago.
Kansas? No.
They had too many seats.
I've been to a Kansas game.
I haven't been to a
full.
game there.
I have.
So I don't know.
Do you know they have no HVAC in there?
Really?
Oh, for real. None. Like in the summer, it's
all metal, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been in there. One year we played baseball up there years and years ago, and I walked in and walked around, but they weren't playing that day or anything.
Yeah.
It's an old building.
Yeah.
That's
Allen
for sure.
Fieldhouse.
I didn't realize that.
Just to add some perspective to the conversation, Bud Walton Arena has more seats than half the NBA arenas.
That's a good point.
It's gigantic. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, bad thing, whatever. I'm just saying, for perspective, NBA teams, the largest arena in the NBA, the Sixers play in the Wells Fargo Center, and it seats 21,000 people. That's not a ton more than Bud Walton Arena.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
It's a made-for-TV sport. Yeah, now. And people go to games, but I think Arkansas's crowds are fine.
Well, I don't think there's any.
I know people would love to have more, and I think Saturday night they'll have a great crowd, and that's what you're going to see on the weekends. People will make plans to go watch their team play, but there are going to be plenty of games where they don't. We got into this topic because Chuck is mentioning more late games are coming in the future. And, yeah, it is because Cal's a star, but it's also because when TV pays all the money, they got to have ratings so then they can sell advertising that covers the money they're spending. I mean, that's the business. Hey, speaking of business, if you want to feel better, like you get in the afternoon, you're in a business meeting and you're tired and you're not on your game, that can change, and it doesn't have to be 5 cups of coffee or an energy drink. You might just need some different level in your body. You may be deficient in some way, and that's what the Sweat No Mag is for. Get a free evaluation. Find out what's happening with you as we get older, and you don't even have to be old. I mean, it can happen to people in their 30s where they're just lethargic, and you might just be missing a supplement. At the Sweat No Mag, they help you figure all that out. SweatNumCosmetic.com. Take the free evaluation, the Sweat No Mag, and then follow through. We're so terrible at not following through. You'll be glad you did. Can be a literal game changer and life changer for you. 7:45. It's the Chuck and Bo Show on a Friday. Good morning.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park.
So the Southwest Conference will have a team in the final.
We always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hit
That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. I'm with Ethan at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Ethan, what promotion do we have going on?
We're putting on a 5K challenge. If you sign up during the month of February and ride at least 5,000 or more miles by September 27th, you'll win a gift card and a t-shirt. Riders who accumulate at least 5,000 miles and complete 3 check-ins will earn a $75 Wheeler Power Sports gift card. Fuel up, sign up, and hit the road. See our Facebook page for full details.
Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
So Arkansas puts me through a lot of pain.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, that's a 12-year-old kid. You don't know pain yet, bud. Check back with me in about 30.
Let me talk to you about pain, son.
That's right.
Chuck's about to go Lou Holtz. He's about to lay out. Let me tell you how it works.
That's right.
What's that one where Lou Holtz, when you come home and your wife's run off with the drummer, what are you going to do then?
Yeah, that's funny.
That's adversity. All right, so we got a question here, or not necessarily a question. Sean from Texarkana on the text line. I'll buy we go 3-2 over the remaining 5 games. But we need to win out to make the tournament. 3-2 won't be enough.
That's not true.
I'm hearing that from people.
That's
think
when you
7 wins isn't enough in conference play.
But they just and look, I'm not sold on metrics either. Just so we're clear on this, I am not so far as to say I'm anti-analytics, but I'm pretty close. But this is the system. This is our system now. And things like net and guys like Bart Torvik, they're the ones that decide the field. I mean, they are. And you may not like it.
You said it with disgust.
I did.
Sure
That's because there's a certain amount in there.
I thought he was talking about me for a second.
But
he did give you a side glance.
My point is that the idea that you have to be 500 in conference play or you have to have this record like it used to be, that's not true anymore. There was a time when everything Sean said I might agree with, back in the old SEC. And by that I mean the SEC that was not ranked higher than any conference has ever been in virtually every metric out there. That's how it once was. That's the SEC basketball, frankly, that a lot of us were raised on. That you better be 500 if you're going to get into the big dance. Because we've seen teams over the years, 500, 8-10, sometimes even 10-8, that kind of got left out. But that's not going to happen this year. For better or worse, we live in a society where analytics rule sports. We are inundated with numbers right now. We're eating ourselves alive. But this year, that benefits Arkansas. And I don't know how else to put it. This year it benefits Arkansas.
Bart is in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room.
The other thing that's happened, and I don't think this gets talked about enough, is conference realignment and conference expansion. You have bigger conferences now. Those same teams are still going to get in the tournament, but they're playing more conference games, so there are going to be more losing conference records in the tournament almost by default. Just because, like, hey, those are the same teams. Like, the Pac-12 teams got dispersed throughout the country. Well, a lot of those teams are still going to get into the tournament, but they're in different conferences, bigger conferences, and they might have losing records.
I think when you break it down, I'll go back to what Dari said in the 6 o'clock hour. There are 4 teams: Arkansas, Oklahoma, Georgia, and Vanderbilt. 2 of those teams are going to get in. 2 of those teams aren't. I think it's Arkansas and Vanderbilt. I think those are the teams that are going to get in from those 4 teams. I won't go so far as to say that if you are one of those teams that does not have to play on Wednesday at the conference tournament, you're in. But if that's the way it turns out, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Again, for better or worse, it is ruled by metrics at this time of year. And Arkansas's metrics are better than most teams that are, what are they, 4-9 in the league, 4-8? Most of the time, teams with 4-9 conference marks have terrible metrics. Arkansas's are good because of the strength of the league and because of the way they've played the best teams in the league. They're not getting blown out by anybody.
We can't say strength of schedule matters, who you play matters, and then not have sort of system to account
That's
for
exactly right.
Because you're not everybody's playing an equal schedule, and it's not even close.
Right, and that there are other teams playing too, and there are other teams on the bubble playing too, and they still have to put 68 teams in the NCAA tournament. They got to take somebody, and Arkansas's in as good a position as anybody as it stands right now.
So 3 wins gets them in. You're still buying.
I feel very strongly about that.
Okay, 3 wins of the next 5 games in Arkansas,
and they could go one and done in the conference tournament, provided they get a first round bye.
I'd go beat Vanderbilt, though.
You can't lose Wednesday at the conference tournament. But if you get a first round bye and you're in that group of 12 and Arkansas 7-11 when they go to Nashville, I think they can lose and still get in.
Go to Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, order a cup of coffee, tell Ben Blakeman 3 wins gets you in. He'll appreciate that.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partly to mostly sunny skies. Our high this afternoon in the low to mid 30s. Clear skies tonight, mid to upper teens. Going to warm things up nicely on Saturday, low 40s north.
So the Southwest Conference will have a team in the Final Four for the first time since Houston was there in 1984. Arkansas's first trip since the squad in 1978. Arkansas makes it 6th straight over the past 2 seasons over Texas. Today, 88-85 to win the Midwest Regional Final. They move on to Denver, and of course, they will face the team that got there first today, the Duke Blue Devils.
10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be a smart aleck like that.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
It's time to start the year strong at Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine. Don't miss our first huge sale of 2025, featuring unbeatable discounts and exclusive incentives on many of your favorite Honda rides, like Honda Ranchers, Honda Pioneers, and Honda Goldwing, plus so much more. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising in style, we've got the perfect ride for you. Visit Heartland Honda in Springdale today and make 2025 your best year yet. Heartland Honda, work hard, play hard. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, closed side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda HVs side by side riders 16 years and older.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
What does a wingman do? Like, what is a good wingman?
Spell it out for us, Bart.
I like to think I'm a good wingman, though.
Well, someone told me you were in the Wingman Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You make conversation knowing you are not going to be the one to score. You're like an assist man. You're like a point guard.
You're hyping up.
You're like a point guard. You don't get the basket. You don't get the basket.
You're hyping up. You're hyping up your friends. You're introducing them to people. Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
1990, if you close your eyes, if you're as old as I am and you close your eyes, 1990 hardly seems like 35 years ago.
Gosh, isn't that the truth?
You know what I remember about that year? They go to the Final Four in Denver, but they beat Texas. People forget they beat Texas in the regional final.
In the Elite Eight?
Yeah, that's what got them to the Final Four. And those were so many great battles between Coach Richardson and Coach Penders. And, of course, our next guest had a ringside seat for all of it and a big hand in it, too. And I'm looking forward to having those guys back this weekend. I think it's going to be a great reunion.
Mike Anderson, longtime college basketball coach, obviously longtime assistant for Nolan Richardson and the head coach at Arkansas, most recently St. John's, Missouri, UAB. If you ever go back and look at Coach Anderson's story from Birmingham, Alabama, it's a great one. We got to spend some time with him doing that several years ago. But, Coach, it's been a minute since we talked. I know you're going to be here for the game on Saturday. How are you? It's great to have you on.
Hey, that is the plan. Hey, Bo, Chuck, how you guys doing?
Coach, it's good to talk to you.
Well, same here. You guys are reminiscing, man, and I can remember also when you guys were on the air back in the day. And, and here you are, I don't know, 30-plus years, and you're still going at it. So,
still fooling them, Coach.
Looking forward
We're all just hanging around. We're all just hanging around. One of the things that comes to mind, Coach, and, of course, you've been a head coach for many years, after 1990, but a longtime assistant for Coach Richardson. And that was wasn't that sort of a sort of coming out party for the Nolan Richardson era, like that season and that time?
I think you're absolutely right. And even I go back to when we first came over, because I came over as a volunteer assistant with Coach Richardson in '85, and I'll never forget, going to the Southwest Conference tournament, and our team wasn't very good at that particular time. We just got here in '85, so '86, '87, and it was like we were the team that's not from Texas, so everybody was they were smirking at us, and then of course then you start bringing in the Ron Urys and Todd Days and Lee Mayberry and Oliver Miller, and it changed the trajectory of basketball for Coach Richardson. And I think 88 to 89, 88, I think when those guys came in, they set the precedent, 88, 89. And then, of course, 89, 90, then that's when we put a stamp on it and got to the Final Four.
Yeah, it was such an interesting tournament because the first two rounds were in Austin. And I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that the year where Coach Richardson gave him the horns down sign as he was leaving the floor? Was it that year, I think? And then once we got to Dallas, once we got to Dallas for the regional, it was like everybody knew Arkansas was going to go to the Final Four because they don't lose in Reunion Arena.
That's it. That was the Barnhill South, as we called it. And but it was phenomenal. Obviously, with Coach Richardson, I thought he was light years ahead of, all the coaches and what he did and how he did it. I think we beat Texas 3 times that year.
Yep.
And of course, to go to the Final Four, that was even special. But you think about those players when they came in there and the kind of type of players that we had, man. I tell you what, it was fun for me just sitting there as a young coach, absorbing all of it.
The game's changed so much and life changes so much, but it's kind of hard. And I draw the Michael Jordan analogy. It's kind of hard to explain to people today. Like, if you didn't see Michael Jordan play when he was at, the peak of his career and the way the game was then and all that, and the rivalry, the competitive era of the NBA, those rivalries, it's hard to understand. I think back to these Arkansas teams, and even before coming to Arkansas and watching you guys from afar, you mentioned reminiscing. What was it like for these guys to go out and play and to be a Razorback and just sort of the aura around the program, and then the level at which they played.
Well, I tell you what, it was kind of like a marriage, man. I mean, the fans and our players. I mean, because of the type of players and the style of play. I thought the Razorback Nation, they embraced it. And of course, now guys, you get a guy like Todd Day, one of the all-time lead scorers. I mean, he relished it. I mean, he loved the big-time moments. And the Lee Mayberrys, the Arlen Bowers, I think that's, when you look at the players that came in there, the Clyde Fletchers, I mean, those guys, they embraced it, and all our fans, and they fed off of it. It's remarkable, and that's one of the things I even want to say when I get on here is Razorback Nation fans, let's let these guys show them your love, because these guys, to me, they were the pillars that actually built Bud Walton Arena. And they didn't get a chance to play in it. It was a great team. I mean, they ushered us into the SEC. This team with the Mayberrys and the Oliver Millers, but they never got a chance to play in Bud Walton Arena. So when those guys come out on that floor, please show them your love. They never got a chance to play it, but they're looking forward to it. But I just think it was the perfect marriage, and of course you had the perfect coach at the head coach, and that is Coach Richardson. I mean, the guy still lives there in Arkansas, so he's a legend. I always talk about him in the same fashion. You talk about legends and guys that are treasures. He's a true treasure. So he still lives there, and I get a chance to pilgrimage to Fayetteville a whole lot, and I still get a chance to sit down and talk to the master, I call him.
That's cool.
Coach, I don't want it to be lost on people how good that 89-90 team was. You scored over 100 points 13 times that year. I mean, it is remarkable. You could, I know you won it all in 94, went back in 95, but that 90 team was awfully good. They can hang with either one of those teams. Just such a really talented group of players that you guys got to play well together.
Yes, and I think that was the biggest key. And Chuck, you said something that really, it was a team. And our depth was very evident. I mean, you think about Mario Credit coming off the bench.
Oh, yeah.
You got, a guy, rest his soul, is Larry Marks, a guy that gave us extra. Arlen Bowers. I mean, of course, Ernie Murray was in with that team there. Warren Lynn. I mean, you go on to Michael Holt. You go over to Prep, Sean Davis. So each and every day, our practices were the games to me. That's where the work was won. And I think, people that got a chance to watch us in practice could see why it took place on the floor. And then, of course, you got the Oliver Miller, Todd Daly, Mayberry. Those guys they were great. And they were young. This was a young basketball team. They were sophomores in their tenure. So, but they were really, really special to have an opportunity to go to the Final Four as sophomores. And then they came back the next year, Chuck, and they were at the Elite Eight. They were probably two baskets away from getting to the Final Four again.
Man, so many great memories. Mike Anderson, our guest, longtime Razorback assistant. He'll be among those in the group of players getting honored Saturday night, the 1990 Final Four team. But when you think back to that era and you think about what Arkansas basketball is today, obviously, like a lot of programs, you have ebbs and flows and eras and years that are great and not so great. But Arkansas basketball is respected around the country for the job that Coach Richardson did. Mike Anderson was a part of that as an assistant. But he mentioned Bud Walton Arena. That really built Bud Walton Arena. Coach, even though it's not always the same, there are still these moments where I feel like we go back there, where Bud Walton Arena is at a fever pitch. It's so loud you can't hear yourself think. And none of that happens without what I guess the golden era, of Eddie Sutton started it, and then what you guys built with it. That really has delivered what we get to still experience sometimes today. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's a magic place. When the idea about Walton Arena kind of approached Coach Richardson and, of course, the late Frank Broyles, it was like, hey, let's build a bigger Barnhill. So it goes back to Barnhill. So Eddie Sutton and that fever pitch came over to Bud Walton Arena, and I think with the team, I thought Coach Richardson had teams that were ahead of his time, the way they played. And as I said, you get Jim Rocken in there with the band going. I mean, it was just magical stuff, and it just transferred over from Barnhill to Bud Walton Arena, and I think the players kind of were in sync with the fans, and people didn't want to come into Bud Walton. We felt like we had a 10-point advantage whenever they come set foot in Bud Walton Arena. Why? Because people don't win in Bud Walton Arena, and so I think that's been the aura forever, and our fans don't let it take place. So I just think Bud Walton Arena is a special place, obviously for us for a lot of reasons. But I think the fan experience is unbelievable, and even to this day, not many people can just walk in there and think they're going to walk out there with the win.
Coach, I know you talked a lot about family when you were the coach here, and it was that way with Coach Richardson too. 35 years later, a lot of these men, probably have not seen one another in a while. Some are gone. You mentioned Larry Marks' name a little bit earlier. What do you think it's going to be like? What do you think it's going to mean Saturday night for all of you to be in the same room together and talk about what you were able to accomplish then?
Well, the cool thing about it is, Chuck, that we kind of had like a little segue to that. We, I think probably about maybe a month and a half ago, we had the guys that could make it. We had like an intimate dinner at Coach Richardson's house. We took all our players. We went there and sat down and broke bread with him, and he sat like right there in the middle, and he was he ran everything just like he was the coach.
That's awesome.
And it was pretty cool. And of course, as time passes, those stories, they grow like fish. The fish keep growing. Yeah. And so Coach is just sitting there, and of course now they tell everything. When we were coaching, they didn't say much. Now they tell everything. And Coach Richardson is so clever. I mean, Coach is, like I said, beyond his years. He sit there and say, well, I sure don't remember it happening like that. So all of a sudden he got selected here in two. And so I think having an opportunity to come and they get a chance to be in front of the fans, I think it's going to bring some tears to these guys' eyes. Chuck, you talked about the family aspect, and for a coach, and that's I've always harped on that. To me, the win is when we can look up and see our young men that they're productive citizens. They got families, they got kids. Some of them have grandkids, and that is the win. That they're winning in life, and all of them are not going to be professional players. Obviously, we have some that are professional players. And I'll give you an example. Arlen Bowers. Arlen Bowers had a brother who was a fire chief. And so Arlen's dream was always to be a fire chief. Well, guess what? He realized that dream when he went back to Memphis, and he's done tremendous. I mean, he's done unbelievable. Sean Davis. Sean Davis has been a teacher in education back in his hometown. And so then the stories go on and on. It ain't just about the NBA. Of course, Lee Mayberry, we know that he's coaching over at Cashier Hall, but all these guys, and the beauty of it is that some of those guys still live in Arkansas. That tells you the relationship they have with the great state of Arkansas and the great fans of Arkansas.
Coach, as we wrap this up, I know you will always have a special place for Arkansas in your heart, having spent so much time here, your kids growing up here, all the things. And I just have to ask, because Razorback fans are still trying to wrap their brain around this. John Calipari as the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks after all the years. I mean, where's Mike? Do you believe this? Is it still surreal to you?
Well, it's the times.
Well,
Zapper got him too.
Yeah.
A zapper issue.
I don't know what's going on with the phones today.
That sounds like one of those things you have out, like a bug zapper. In the summer.
Is.
Sounds like you got a big.
It can only be blamed on the weather.
I don't know. I guess
it's.
That's what we're going to blame it on.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to blame it on.
Well, I was really looking forward to that answer, too.
Mike Anderson, you won't find many better people than Mike Anderson.
Oh, my gosh.
Period. End of story. Pick your walk of life. I don't care what it is. You won't find many better than Mike Anderson.
Appreciate him making time for us.
Absolutely.
He's an unbelievable story. He played JUCO for Nolan.
Yeah.
Or ended up with Nolan at Tulsa after they saw him play JUCO. And the rest is history. Like a kid out of Birmingham that grew up playing at the rec center in a shotgun house with, 7 or 8 siblings. And the success story that he has had is remarkable.
Go back and look at the picture. They're going to be it's already been on social media. It'll be all over social media the next 24 hours or so of that 89-90 team. Look at the team picture. Look how young Mike Anderson looks. Look at this crazy-eyed guy to about 2 seats over from him, a manager named Matt Zimmerman, who looks like, looks like a crazy guy, exactly what he is. And you look at some of these other guys, how young Coach Richardson looked. 35 years. And for those of us who are old enough to remember, I know exactly where I was when Arkansas beat Texas that day to go to the Final Four. I remember it like it was yesterday. Now, I may get my facts, about who beat when, who beat who where and when. I may get those mixed up a little bit. But, man, that was a great team. That was a great basketball team.
It's one of the festivities happening this weekend. You can watch the game if you can't make it. It's on TV. Is it on ESPN at 7 o'clock on Saturday? ESPN?
It'll be ESPN, ESPN2. I don't think there's been a final determination.
One of the two.
Well, if you're getting everything together to watch the game, or you're having a party before the game, whatever it may be, Macadoodles is your spot. The best assortment of beer, wine, and spirits with a level of customer service that is unmatched, competitive pricing, and unparalleled selection is what you're going to get at Macadoodles. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they have a tasting bar to try all your different spirits. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. It's 15% off every bottle of wine in the store. Just north of the state line, just north of Bella Vista, you'll find Macadoodles. Guess who? In Bentonville. Same store. 7 days a week, wine tasting from open to close. When you want to find out something that maybe you don't know, that's the place to go. You want something that's hard to get, that's the place to go. Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville. Chuck and Bo Show, it's Friday, 8:20. The game is on ESPN at 7 o'clock.
Mothership.
It's Cal. I mean, why do we even ask?
That's right.
Cal's primetime. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go. You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Hey, back at Harry Robinson's Saddle-Saw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddle-Saw. The weather's put everybody behind, and I know this weekend it's a big time for Troy, you and your staff to get caught up during the Salesman Showdown.
Yes, it definitely is. You know, this snow kind of slowed us down a little bit, but we're not going to let it scare us. We're not going to let it stop us. And we're going to make sure that you still get the best deal out there. So if you're looking for a vehicle, come down to Harry Robinson Saddle-Saw Ford, up to $13,000 off of new 24 F-150s, all that's remaining. We've got up to $10,000 off of all remaining 24 Expeditions. And the big kicker here, the big thing, we're going to match your down payment up to $1,500. So if you don't have $1,500 and you only have $750, that now turns into $1,500. $1,000 is now $2,000. $1,500 is now $3,000. So come down here and see us.
It's the Salesman Showdown sale. Harry Robinson Saddle-Saw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddle-Saw.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're losing the gist of what I'm saying.
Not.
You're
I
losing.
am not, but I had a moment to pounce on a great moment, and I did. I agree with you, and I love you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love you too, Chuck.
Well, we all are filled with love.
Chuck's agreed to watch 3 innings of the baseball game with me tonight. Not sure where we'll go yet, but I'm going to figure it out. Probably walk-ons.
Yeah,
I think we'll go to
Flo.
walk-ons.
Somebody's got, what is it, Flo TV?
Well, that's
tonight?
what I'm saying.
Flo?
We're not going to. This saves
Flo
us
Sports,
from.
that's it.
This saves us from the subscribe and cancel.
I think I'll just subscribe.
I think you're probably still subscribed from last year.
I think if the truth were told, I probably am.
I think you're probably paying somewhere between $20 and $30 a month
You
for a
never
service
feel
that you're
more
using.
stupid than when you check your bank statements and you see all these networks and TV things out there you didn't even know existed, but somehow you're paying them $15 a month.
So then you take a week off work, which is what it'll take to cancel them all. I mean, it's like if time is money to you, if convenience is money to you, if you value your headspace, some of these things you just let it go. Because like by the time you're done working through this process, the hours on the phone, the transferring, the person that doesn't understand you and you certainly don't understand them and their dialect. The amount of and then you get to the end and the call drops. I mean, listen, I've never been closer to murder than trying to cancel a subscription. I feel unsafe by the time it's over.
Just let the card expire.
Terrible. Well,
let the card
they have.
expire.
I didn't know this, but there are situations now where they'll turn you into a collection service because your card expired.
Yeah.
They're collecting on
Really?
a debt.
Because your card expired?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not their fault. You signed up for the service. It was in the fine print. What do you mean? You didn't read it all? You didn't read the 30-page subscription details why you were in a hurry to
Well,
watch
no.
do you agree to terms and service? Well, of
I
course
wanted to
do.
watch the show
You check
on
the box.
HBO
The
Max,
the
so I
game's starting
subscribed.
now. So anyhow, I'm just going to go to walk-ons and watch the game.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a much better idea. By the way, Arkansas begins their playoff. This is like being in the NBA playoffs. It's a 5-game series, and you got to win 3 to advance.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. I really do. I think if Arkansas goes 3-2 in the last 5, they're going to get in. 2-3, I don't think they're going to unless they go make a run at the conference tournament.
What if they win 3 of the next 5 and they don't get in?
I think.
You think people are going to will there be people calling us like propaganda machines, or well, they already call us that. What do you think?
Oh, I think the people who have been for them this year, who've given them the benefit of the doubt, will continue to do that. And the people who have been against every move that's been made or think the sky's falling, they're going to say, well, that's
like
exactly what should have happened.
Can anybody really think that? Can anybody
Yeah,
really
there
feel
are
that
people
way?
that think
Are there
that.
really
Yeah,
people
there
that
are
are like
people that
this?
think
What,
that
like,
way.
like, what do they think? That this is a bad move?
Well,
that,
they
that
just
Cal
think
came
that.
here and-
Well, they just think that everything's negative. Everything related right now to the lots of things. In this case, the Razorbacks. There's just negative people out there.
But I mean, there's no logic
Well,
behind.
there doesn't have to be.
I don't understand anyone who thinks that what's happening with Arkansas basketball is bad.
Do you read the text line?
Well,
I mean, my God.
I mean, I have read it. The one that really got me going was I'll never root for that guy because he wore a blue jacket. And then
That's the
I took
dumbest
a step
thing in the
back.
world. That's stupid.
Here's how stupid it is. When has that ever been a thing? Like before now, when have you ever heard anyone say anything about the color of jacket that a coach was wearing unless they just thought it was ugly or stood out? Not because they somehow thought, I want you to hear how stupid this is, that they somehow thought their coach was rooting against his own team. Like the idea, let's talk about this. The idea that your coach somehow won't embrace your color and he's giving you the middle finger on your color. It's his damn team. He's got more at stake than you do. What do you think? What is that logic?
Well, if he'd worn a red sports coat, they'd have played better. Everybody knows that.
Well, then he would suddenly like actually being the coach of his team. Because, clearly he doesn't. Clearly he doesn't even want to be here.
Well,
like the absurdity. I think that we have a problem in general, which is we don't actually think about what we're thinking. I know that was deep.
Ooh. One more time.
You don't even evaluate whether the thought you have has any legitimacy. Like you have to take a beat. Why would this guy, John Calipari, why would he want to give you the middle finger while he's coaching his team? Why would he not embrace like the colors of his team? Why does he anyhow? These things are absurd.
Yeah, the
Arkansas
clothes stuff's
basketball
ridiculous.
is as good a spot as it could be. They won as many games as they wanted to this year. No, pick one guy. I said this. I don't know if you might have been on the road or right here. If you took every coach in the SEC, the best league in America right now, who do you want to trade your coach for?
Well, I don't think people would trade him right now.
That's it's like, what are you?
Yeah.
You're in a great spot. This is a great time to be a Razorback basketball fan, and you got to go. You got to win this series right here, the next 5 games, to get in the tournament this year. And who knows what can happen if you do. Go along for the ride this year because it's going to be. I think it's just going to be better after this. Get better from here.
I was just thinking about in all that discussion the red jacket John Pelfrey wore when Arkansas beat either Texas or Oklahoma, and everybody thought, "Oh my God, this is the greatest coach ever." They go 2-14 in the league, and so that really doesn't have all that much to do with it.
Yeah, Courtney Fortson missed 14 games or whatever. Yeah, maybe more.
That was a zoo.
Yeah, that was something. 8:32. It's Friday morning. What am I doing here? Oh, Yingling. Here, look at this right here. We'll have one of these tonight, Chuck. Flight by Yingling. The next generation of light beer.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the new twist-off resealable aluminum bottle.
Looks great.
Yeah, they've also got the skinny cans.
Mm-hmm.
Flight by Yingling. It's Yingling with a light beer calorie situation.
Yingling
but the flavor, tastes just like Yingling. The next generation of light beers. Flight by Yingling. Back in a minute. Good morning. Friday.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about Phil's...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Well, I'm with you, so I mean, I cherish every.
There we go.
It's charitable every moment, as you said earlier. It's cherishable.
No, yeah.
My time is cherishable.
No, Tommy, it's charitable, not charitable. it's charitable.
Yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to 11, only on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need. Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need. We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion. Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help. Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us. Go Hogs.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50. Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Are you a gamer, working from home, a family with lots of connected devices? Ozarks Go offers faster speeds, better connections, and more reliability. Leave your frustration and buffering from your current provider and get Ozarks Go. Ozarks Go provides real, affordable broadband internet to homes and businesses in Northwest Arkansas. Ready to get the best? Then go to ozarksgo.net and sign up now. Don't wait any longer. Faster speeds, better connections, and more reliability. Visit ozarksgo.net today.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Do you adhere to a budget, Chuck?
Not as well as I should.
Yeah, say.
Some people are like that.
I admire those people. I'm
not one of
I
them.
need to get on that plane.
I need to get on that plane too.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This is true. Jason in Louisiana is right. I need to quit ranting over minority thinkers. Like the people that are loud with their hatred. They're the minority.
I ignore that.
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, I wanted to rebut everything. You know, if somebody wanted to argue about something.
You were younger like me?
Yeah, when I was younger like you.
Yeah.
I wanted to argue about everything.
I'll grow up.
I didn't mean that.
No, I'm just saying.
I didn't mean that.
I will mature into your age at some point.
I just meant that after a while you realize that there's certain people you just can't argue with. I mean, you just can't. Like me. And Bart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're all kind of like that.
We're all cut from that cloth.
The best part about an argument is when you're the smart one and whoever's on the other side is clearly not. Right.
Which is probably,
I just don't understand why you're so stupid. Like, that's how it usually goes, right? Like, why are you
How can
so
you be
dumb?
so dumb?
I'm open-minded. You're an idiot.
Why'd you point at me?
Because you looked at me.
He was just pointing in general. You just happen to be the one at the end of his finger there.
Hey, click on our social media, one of our social media handles. Twitter is the easiest, but Facebook, whatever. I mean, you can help donate today to a great cause. Miracles and Magic Mediathon is happening till 9 o'clock, benefiting Arkansas's Children's Northwest. Really don't need to say a whole lot about this amazing children's hospital. Lucky to have it in the area. And appreciate all they do for our community. You can give today by logging on to archildrens.org/miracles. And thank you for your support of Arkansas Children's Northwest. That was fun to have Mike Anderson on, Laura.
That really was good. I enjoyed that.
Baseball teams playing what time tonight on Flow Sports?
7
o'clock.
o'clock.
Kansas State. Who's pitching tonight? Is Gackle
Gackle.
pitching?
Gabe Gackle.
And
Gackle, Root, and Wood, the rotation this
we're
week.
in that feeling out time of Razorback baseball, Chuck. This has become a pilgrimage to Arlington every year for Razorback baseball. It's when baseball has started and we're just kind of wading into it.
Well, I think there's going to be people burning up the road to Dallas for this weekend. I think there's going to be a lot of Razorback fans down there. And I've talked to a lot of them who are making plans. This is when they had the old ballpark down there, you couldn't really, you couldn't play a tournament like this because it wasn't enclosed. They had a tournament there last weekend. I don't know who was there, but they had a big tournament last weekend. And then obviously they'll have one this weekend too. Arkansas is really good, just like most seasons. Arkansas is really good. It would not surprise me at all to see them go 3-0 this This trip.
You know what
Now,
you do.
There's no guarantee, but
You
it
go-
wouldn't surprise me.
You go watch the game in person, and then you watch the Hogs play tomorrow night basketball at Texas Live.
Yeah, there you have it.
That's
It's a fun spot.
That's an
It's a real fun
experience.
spot.
Oh, yeah.
That whole area down there now by the ballpark. First of all, is great. I think it's a great new ballpark. But the whole area down there with Texas Live, they've done a great job.
What are they going to do with the old stadium?
It's a soccer stadium now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Hey, speaking of experiences
there.
in Dallas, remember when I told you I went to the Cosm to watch one of the semifinal games when I was at the Cotton Bowl, and Ty wanted to go watch it? My son Ty. People get confused. Ty's not my other son. Like Ty coming up
Ty
next, I
Richardson.
am not his daddy.
Oh, you're his
No.
daddy.
No, I'm not. People they think I'm talking about that Ty sometimes. I'm not. I'm talking about
I've
my
actually
son,
heard him
Ty.
call you daddy before, but
Ty
just in
Richardson?
his private.
Ty
moments, just not out loud.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to help the first 10 minutes of their show today on the morning. Tune into the opening of the Morning Rush. That'll be a time. But this Cosm place where you go, like it feels like you're at the game. It's because of a special camera that they have at the game. Well, Cosm and the PGA Tour have a deal for Cosm to produce and present 3 days of the Players' Championship at TPS Sawgrass in its immense venues in L.A. and Dallas on March 13th, 14th, and 16th. Just like I'm telling you this.
It's like you're
because-
there.
I'm telling you this because this is another glimpse into the future of where we're headed. We talk about now we're getting games to feel so real. Like imagine where we'll be in 5-10 years. I don't know. But when you could watch a game at home and you can flip to a channel and it feels like you're in row 3 of the end zone. And that's your view for the game. And then you could flip to another view if you want to just watch the regular broadcast. But like the TV experience is becoming so real. We're driving people out of venues.
You're so cutting edge. I mean, you really are. I didn't know about all that until you came back talking about it. I would actually very much like to see that.
I have an 18-year-old son.
Well,
like we did that live stream the other day. Did you see what happened?
No.
My site was muted.
yeah.
And Bart's trying to walk me through it, and I'm a mess. And Ty comes by, and I don't even ask for his help. He just comes over, and he's like, what? And I'm like, well, apparently it's muted. And he goes, blah, blah, blah. And I go, I got it, guys. He goes, I got it.
Yeah. Well, it's
You
pretty,
didn't get jack. I got it.
Pretty much how it works. Well, at least you got on. I mean, it was nice. I'm sure you had a confused look, and he walked by and thought, "Man, I gotta help my dad out here."
You know what it feels like, Chuck, to be looked down upon constantly by an 18-year-old?
I do, yeah. Well,
Literally or figuratively.
there we go.
Shut your mouth.
Hey.
Say less.
Hey, if you're having issues with your gutters or your drainage around your house, let us recommend Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated. They've been around for over 30 years. They do it all, really. Seamless gutters, on-site trenching. They'll do French drains. They're fully licensed. They're insured. And every job comes with a 20-year warranty. This is not a fly-by-night operation. They service all of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. But if you're outside those areas, give them a call, give them a text. Here's the best part. If you think something's wrong, snap a picture, take a little video, send it to them. Mike will let you know for free if you need them to come out or if there's nothing to worry about. So go to hoggutters.com to find the number. That's hoggutters.com.
8:45, it's Friendly Friday. Friendly Friday. We're glad you're here. Good morning. Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
If you haven't tried a Flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hey, Ty Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage. My mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations. Over 300 five-star reviews.
Yeah, Ty, we pride ourselves on delivering a five-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Get your yard game ready with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Ego has nearly 200,000 five-star reviews from homeowners like you. Ego delivers the power of gas, but without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Best of all, Ego 56-volt arc lithium batteries are universal, so they fit all 90 tools. Power your yard, power your tailgate, power your life. Learn more at egopowerplus.com.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. What all y'all service here at Jazzco?
Logos, we do food trucks, cars, we do custom banners, signs for big and small businesses. We do logos, stickers, you name it, we just about do it all right here at Jazzco. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're telling me it's not about me.
Well, not entirely.
troubles.
Now, don't misunderstand me. It is all about you, but maybe not quite to the degree that we might hope.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Screaming into the weekend here.
Screaming.
It's going to run on in there. Why not get it started? National Sticky Bun Day. Man,
Nothing like a good sticky bun
Really?
on Friday.
Like, yeah.
Nothing like it.
No.
Very, very few things are like that.
Does that sound good?
Nah.
Not really.
Is the sticky bun the honey bun in the plastic vending machine, like in the Cinnabon, but like?
No, I mean I'd rather have a cinnamon roll than a sticky bun.
Yeah, you're a cinnamon roll guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a sticky bun guy. Just in case you were wondering.
How about boiled peanuts?
No, don't like them.
Really?
I know a lot of people do. I'm
Yeah.
not. I think they're terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Where do you stand?
I guess a once every 2 year thing, and then I remember I
think they're brutally
you know.
bad. But I know people love them.
I do like when it comes to like assorted nuts. I do not like peanuts. Like I like give me the can that you pay extra for to get all the peanuts out of there. Like I'm fine with peanuts, but I just don't like
Cashews
whatever.
guy, bougie guy.
Yeah, cashews, walnuts, pecans.
More of the expensive varieties.
What are the other ones that I'm leaving out? But like that's where it's at.
I don't know. I ate peanuts, so I'm
Yeah.
a common man.
Yeah, clearly.
You know,
Clearly. You should get out more. You should get out more. Yeah.
Give me
Chuck's like,
a sack of peanuts and a flight by Yingling at a baseball game, and I'm good to go.
That's good. Now I'll do that. I'll do shelled peanuts at a baseball game.
Now I will eat those all day. I
Yeah.
would unshell
I can do
and
that.
eat those peanuts at the ballpark all day long.
That's fine. But yeah, Chuck's like, oh yeah, I eat peanuts, and then I have Chilean sea bass for dinner
I don't eat Chilean
when I'm not
sea
eating
bass.
lobster tail
Yeah.
with my steak.
Lobster tail sounds good.
Chuck's like, how many other people do you know that goes to Ruth's Chris 4 nights a
Whatever,
week?
That's not true.
I got my own table.
I haven't been in a long
They don't
time.
even have to call. They're just like, we'll see if Chuck comes in tonight. If he doesn't, you can have that spot, but we're full.
Somebody's
like,
got to be carrying the credit card, other than me. Other than me, if we're going to go there tonight.
Bobby Portis suspended 25 games. What happened?
Took Tramadol. I don't know why
Doesn't even
Tramadol.
sound serious.
I don't even know why Tramadol is a banned substance. I'm no pharmacist and I'm not a doctor, but Tramadol is not one of your.
He's
Bobby
Portis-
super
Bobby Portis
serious
is getting-
pain-killing drugs.
He's getting suspended for more games than some guys do for like violent conduct.
what
or,
happened?
Off the field issues.
what happened?
Court issues. So he was taking Tramadol to deal with some pain. His agent.
Oh, my gosh.
Mark Bartelstein said that it was a mix up, and he thought he was taking one thing because the names of the medications were similar. Whether or not that's true, like
I don't
it's
understand
not
why
a
it
big
matters. I don't understand why it matters.
It's not a big deal.
That's ridiculous.
And him getting knocked 25 games for that, like fine, you want to suspend him for like 5 games.
And it's
Like,
not just because it's
dumb.
Portis. I don't understand why it matters. Like why are honestly?
I didn't even know the
why
NBA.
we're drug testing anything.
Well, I didn't know the NBA had a drug
Like,
drug
for
policy.
real.
I'm not trying to be
Seriously.
sarcastic.
No, but
I
for
didn't
real.
think they did.
I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I think a lot
why
of
you
I
even
think a
have
lot of
drug-
people are.
I don't
asking that
understand why
question
you have
today,
that
like,
kind of
what's
drug
going
policy
on?
anyhow.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
if
all
somebody
baffled.
wants to take something, take something. If you want to ban performance-enhancing drugs, fine.
That's right.
But like how you live, it's your body. You're the one on the line.
Libertarian Bo.
Mercy. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guarantee at H&R Block. I heard that, Chuck. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the